I did that internship, hated it. Hey boos, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video where I'm gonna be low-key sharing some of my failures. But there's a happy ending at the end, so there's a lesson in all of it. Just wait till the end. We'll get to the good part. So grab your water, your tea, your coffee, your wine. Today I'm sipping my almost gone iced caramel latte with oat milk. This is from Hilltop. Shout out to Hilltop. Anyway, today's video is gonna be about me getting rejected from nursing school and how I kind of just pivoted and changed career paths a little bit. On my channel, I've talked about college and do I regret college or not, and just a little bit about how my career path has changed over the years. So I kind of wanted to talk about rejection and failure a little bit and how it actually ended up being a blessing in disguise and changed my life for the better. So first, let me just give you a brief history of my college background and all of that. I went to Chapman University in Orange County. I graduated in 2015 and I majored in health sciences. So at the time, Chapman didn't have a nursing track or a nursing degree. What you would have to do is you could major in whatever you want as long as you took, of course, the required science classes, but then after graduation, you were gonna have to do some type of nursing program. So what I was gonna do was obviously finish my 4 years at Chapman and then apply for an accelerated nursing program that would only take about a year. And then when you're done with that program, you have a second bachelor's degree plus your nursing license. I thought, okay, that's not bad, like 5 years and then I'll be in my field. It didn't really work out like that, but I'm gonna explain. Anyway, went to Chapman, graduated in 4 years, and I really just wanted to take a break, honestly. I was just exhausted. It was the hardest and most grueling 4 years of my life. Yeah, I kind of go into more detail about my college experience on my past video, so I'll link that, check that out if you haven't watched that yet. But anyway, so I took a break. I just wanted to get into the workforce and get more work experience because while I was in school, I did work, but it wasn't like a big girl job, you know what I mean? So I was like, okay, I think I wanna take a little bit of a break before I go dive back into this accelerated program and just get some work experience. So that's when I started working at the spa, and some of you know I worked at the spa for a lot longer than I anticipated. I only wanted to be there for about a year and then jump right into nursing school, but I ended up being there for almost 3 years. So, you know, life happens, it's whatever. While I was at the spa, working at the spa, I did end up doing an internship at UCLA, Ronald Reagan Hospital, and it was supposed to be a year. I only did it for 6 months because I hated it. Like, I'm not even gonna sit here in front. I hated it. And the internship was only like 2 days a week, I think 4-hour shifts, and it was basically just like shadowing the nurses. So I would shadow the charge nurse, or sometimes I would be with the secretary at the front desk, sometimes helping the care aides. It was a lot of different types of work that I was doing, but it's basically just to get you in the hospital, get you bedside, and see, like, are you gonna be good at this when you get into nursing school? Like, are you gonna faint when you see blood? Are you gonna faint when you see bodily fluids? Like the nursing school that I was applying to, you know, just wanted to see that you had some kind of experience. And while I was at Chapman, I didn't have time to do an internship or anything like that, so I had to wait and do it after. I did that internship, hated it.
Hated it.
Part of me, looking back at it now, I know that I didn't like it because I just truly didn't enjoy what I was doing. It wasn't my passion at the end of the day, unfortunately. But at the time, I thought that I didn't like it because of the staff, and the director of the program just wasn't the greatest. She wasn't the most helpful. She was actually kind of rude, but so I was like, okay, it's fine. It's probably just this particular program. That doesn't mean I don't want to do nursing at all. I did that internship. Then I ended up going to SMC, Santa Monica College, to retake some prerequisite courses that these accelerated programs were requiring. So I had to retake chem because, woo, my grade was low. First of all, I took chemistry twice when I was at Chapman because it wasn't clicking. It just wasn't clicking for me. And then there were some other classes that they basically expired. So for the accelerated programs, you have to have classes that are like a certain age, if that makes sense. So like if you took bio or chemistry like 10 years ago, you have to retake it because obviously that knowledge is not fresh. So I had to like retake some courses and then also take some new courses. So I was at SMC for a total of 1 year. I took a summer course, I took a fall semester and spring semester. So I did all of that basically to prepare for this accelerated program. So once I was done with my internship experience and my courses at SMC, I decided to apply for the accelerated nursing program at Mount St. Mary's here in LA. Now, one thing I will say is that when it comes to like applying for schools and stuff, I've always been very stubborn. So like when I applied for college, for undergrad, I only applied for schools in the LA area. And everybody was like, why don't you apply for schools out of state? Why don't you want to go to the East Coast or the South or wherever? And I was like, because I don't want to live there. I want to be in LA and I'm going to go to a school in LA. And so it was the same thing with nursing school. I just wasn't willing to relocate. I just wasn't willing to really go the lengths that I needed to go to get into nursing school, which should have been telling at the time. But so it was between Mount St. Mary's and Concordia in Irvine. Mount St. Mary's was my top choice because it was the shortest program and it just seemed all encompassing of what I was looking for in a nursing program. I went to the info sessions, I met with the advisor, I did all of that. And when it came time to apply, I sent everything in. We also had to take a math exam, which was actually, it wasn't a hard exam, but the pressure was just like a lot because you literally had to get, I think 100% or like 98%. So that was like kind of crazy. But anyway, so I took the exam. I got a 98 on it. I think I just missed one. And then I basically just waited to hear back about my acceptance or denial. For whatever reason, that application cycle, it was taking forever for us to get our results back. And is it results? I'm so used to like COVID, like test results, like our acceptance letters. Yeah, I want to say the applications were due in like March and I didn't hear anything until like July or August. It was taking forever. I was literally on message boards that I found, like scrolling, seeing like, did anybody get accepted yet? Like, have people gotten their letters? Like, what's going on? Finally, I got my letter in the mail and it said that I got rejected. Of course, my initial reaction was, okay, I'm back. Sorry, y'all. That was like literally the most dramatic, not intentional cliffhanger ever. I had to charge my light back up and anyway, we're back. We're rolling. Like I was saying, I got my letter in the mail and it turns out that I got rejected. Was I completely shocked about the rejection? No, just because it is an accelerated program. It's very competitive and they want the best of the best. And the cohort was only, I think, 40 students or something like that. So it was extremely competitive. My grades were good, but I knew that they weren't super top notch. I knew that I wasn't the strongest applicant, but you know, I wanted to try it anyway. And at that point, I was just so tired of school that I was just like, I can't retake another class. Like, it's just not in me. Of course, when I initially got the rejection letter, I was sad. I think I shed a tear or two just because, you know, rejection is never fun. It never feels good. But then pretty quickly after, it went from sadness to relief because I was like, I actually don't think I want to go to nursing school and I don't think I want to be a nurse. And it sounded kind of scary because it's like, this is literally what I've been in school for. This is what I thought I wanted to do most of my life. This is what I've told my family and friends. Like, what am I going to do now if I'm not going to nursing school? What am I going to do for a living? What's going to be my new career? And I really just had to do a lot of reflecting and figure out, what does Jayla want to do? I spent so much of my life doing what my parents and my family wanted me to do and always trying to do the right thing or take the right path, whatever that means. And I realized I never really took the time to delve a little deeper and figure out what I wanted to do. And so I just did a lot of reflecting and I realized that I'm a multifaceted person. And we live in a society that tells us we have to pick one thing, go to school for it, and do it for the rest of our lives until we retire. But as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that no, you can actually pick and choose what you want to do. You're probably not going to be able to do it all at once, of course, but you know, pick one thing that you're passionate about, focus on that for a while, and then if you want to switch up, do that. I think I told you guys about my current job, but anyway, I am currently working for a plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills as a medical receptionist. I absolutely love it so far. I've only been back for a week, but I absolutely love it so far. And working in plastics is fun. Like my previous job with the old plastic surgeon that I was working with, I was there for almost a year. I was her admin assistant and medical assistant, so I got a lot of really great experience there, and I discovered that I really love plastics. It's fun, it's interesting, there's always something new going on. That's kind of the part of my career that I'm exploring right now, but on the other hand, and on the other end of the spectrum of things, I also really love entertainment. You know, you're watching my YouTube channel, I love this. I love talking in front of the camera, I love being in front of the camera, but I also like doing behind the scenes stuff, creative directing and production and things like that. I'm realizing that it's okay to have a passion for both. You don't have to pick one. And I feel like growing up, it was always like, you have to pick one. Like, okay, you're the academic child, so you need to focus on school and career, and that's it. And so I never really got a chance to explore more of my creative side and more of the entertainment aspect of things. So when I got older, that's when I decided, okay, I finished college, I did what I needed to do, now it's my turn to really explore the other things that I'm passionate about. So that's when I started, you know, doing extra work for TV shows and going to, you know, be a seat filler at the Grammys and the VMAs. Like, stuff like that was just fun, but it was also like just more exploratory and kind of like dipping my toes into the water of the entertainment field. Moving forward, I feel like, you know, entertainment is very vast. There's so many things you can do, and there's so many things I want to do in entertainment. But as of right now, obviously I'm doing YouTube. This has been a great creative outlet for me, and I feel like this is like my own little version of a talk show. So it's like I get to do that. And also with my brunch page, I'm gonna be doing cooking videos for that. So it's like I'm still kind of like exploring and playing with the creative side of things and just figuring out what I want to do. There's a lot of things that I want to do. I have so many different ideas, and again, I know I'm not gonna be able to do them all at once, but I feel like I'm just really exploring right now. I finally feel like I'm at a point where I'm stable and I'm proud of myself. It feels kind of weird saying that because I know for sure I'm my worst critic. I've been that way since I was a kid. I've spent a lot of time being really hard on myself because it's like, okay, I went to college and I don't really have anything to show for it. I don't have this big extravagant career. But now I'm like, no, I did good. The path took a few twists and turns, but that's life. Life isn't always gonna be a straightforward path. There's gonna be some obstacles, there's gonna be some turns. And I finally feel like I'm at a place where I'm like, I'm proud of myself, I'm doing well. And I'm still exploring, I'm still allowing myself to discover new passions and do what I wanna do. Moral of the story is, if you have a passion or a career or something that you really want to try out, you really want to focus on, and you're a little nervous about it, take it from me, you're only going to do yourself a disservice if you don't go for it, because you're always going to be wondering, what if? Like I always say, I feel like I've said this in many videos, you have to do what's best for you because you're the one who's living your life. You're the one that has to go through it, no one else. So just make sure that you're doing things that you want to do and things that you're passionate about. You don't want to go through life, you know, always trying to please others because they're not the ones that are living your life. Life, it goes by fast. It goes by fast. I don't like to say life is short because I don't believe it is, but life passes quickly. Time passes quickly, and you don't want to be spending it doing a bunch of things that you didn't really want to do in the first place. I hope you enjoyed this video, this chat. I was posting Wednesdays and Sundays. I know, I feel like I always change my schedule, but listen, I'm back at work now Monday through Friday. I'm back on the 9-to-5 life. So posting on Wednesdays just isn't really realistic for me right now, but I am gonna be posting every single Sunday. So we're kind of back to my old schedule from like 2 years ago. Be sure you subscribe, turn on your bell notifications so you know when I post. And I think that's it. Until next time, have a beautiful day. Cheers.